I'm Bruce Marshall, and this is a Marshall Minute Brampton Now update for the week ending on the June 13th, 14th weekend 2020. This is a succinct, once-a-week hotshot of everything important that has happened in Brampton in the previous week and what's coming up. Brampton's only professionally produced broadcast. Coming up, parks reopen in Brampton with restrictions still in place on things like play structures. Brampton set a record in issuing idiot tax tickets to people who can't obey the rules that could save our lives. And testing, and more testing is in your future. Details on that and more coming up in this Brampton Now update. Here's what's happening in Brampton. The city of Brampton has set a record in idiot tax tickets. That's tickets to idiots who insist on having backyard parties, parking lot gatherings, and hair salons that think that a hair emergency trumps a deadly virus and who have also attracted idiot tax tickets. Now mind, you practically have to beg for these tickets. I'm telling you, Brampton's bylaw enforcement officers do not want to write tickets. What they want is compliance. Yet they still have people who insist on a ticket, insist on an argument, and that results in a ticket. Most of the province of Ontario opened up to stage 2 this week. Much of the GTHA lagged behind because of the continued high numbers of infections. Here's Peel's health chief, Dr. Lawrence Lowe, with the situation report as of last Wednesday.
The data are clear that COVID-19 has started to decline from the new plateau in our 7-day moving average, around 40 to 50 new cases a day. However, since early June, it is also clear that most of our new cases in the region of Peel have been found in the city of Brampton.
All Brampton parks are now reopened. Playgrounds, play structures, and other areas that will be clearly marked with snow fencing will be off limits. We cautiously move toward the point where we hope we can open up just a little bit further. What do we need to do in the meantime? Once again, Peel's health chief, Dr. Lawrence Lowe.
We must now prepare for phase 2 and practice the 4 core behaviors that we've all learned about in the past months that are all part of our new normal. Stay 2 meters away while in public. Wash your hands frequently and avoid touching your face. Wear a non-medical mask where distancing is difficult. And if you feel sick, get tested and stay home.
From the local angle to the global perspective, some big picture thoughts from the World Health Organization.
The human cost of COVID-19 has been devastating, and the so-called lockdown measures have turned lives upside down. But the pandemic has given us a glimpse of what our world could look like if we took the bold steps that are needed to curb climate change and air pollution. Our air and water can be cleaner, our streets can be quieter and safer, and many of us have found new ways to work while spending more time with our families. As some countries start to reopen their societies and economies, the question we must answer is whether we will just return to the way things were, or whether we will learn the lessons the pandemic is teaching us about our relationship with our planet. Building back better means building back greener.
Getting tested is something we need to put on the to-do list now. We have the one permanent site at Lynch Street, the old Peel Memorial site. We get a mobile testing facility in town a day at a time from time to time. And William Osler has announced a drive-through test site that they'll be opening at South Fletcher's. Here's the mayor on testing.
We know this is a critical time for testing to help us flatten the curve. So please, Brampton residents, if you're watching, go today and get tested or make plans.
You can find information on testing in Peel Region at the link in comments. On the heels of an announcement about masks being mandatory on Brampton Transit as of July 2nd, comes news that Brampton Transit will distribute 100,000 masks to Brampton Transit users. The move was in a motion put forward by Councillor Charmaine Williams. Here's Mayor Brown on that.
Last week, I mentioned that we were making masks mandatory on Brampton Transit. I want to also highlight that in the weeks leading up to the mandatory date of July 2nd, we will be doing a promotional campaign in which we will be giving away 100,000 masks to Brampton transit riders at the terminals to help create awareness for why wearing masks is so important. And then starting on July 2nd, it will be the responsibility of the transit riders to bring their own mask or covering.
The City of Toronto will also be handing out masks to riders and will similarly require them on their system from July 2nd. The issue of faith institutions reopening has been in the news, mostly as some leaders push for reopening. At Grace United Church in downtown Brampton, however, they're taking a more pragmatic approach. While the province will allow partial reopening of churches this weekend, the church board said they've created a reopening project team to develop a reopening plan. Regardless of provincial permission, they say, Grace will remain closed until the team drafts a plan and protocols. The church board says that their primary concern is the health and safety of everyone who visits Grace United Church. Grace, of course, has been on the front line already with many of these questions as the host location for regeneration outreach that does so much good helping vulnerable people in downtown Brampton. Of course, here in Brampton, many other faith institutions are also following the pragmatic approach about reopening. Check the Grace website at graceunitedbrampton.com. On Monday, June 15th, the city will begin issuing some marriage licenses again under compassionate grounds. Go to the city website at brampton.ca for more information on that. A reminder once again that large garbage items like furniture and appliances are not being picked up on garbage days. You can, though, however, put out 2 extra bags right now without tags. A reminder, too, that charity donation boxes are not accepting donations right now. Please hang on to them, and all the details for what you can do with all of that stuff about the garbage adjustments and the recycling adjustments available at the garbage and recycling links in comments. You know, I figure if a pig can wash her hands, so can I.
Wash your hands for at least 40 seconds.
Wash, wash, wash your hands. Wash them nice and clean. Bubbly, scrubbly, scrubbly, bubbly. Wash them nice and clean.
Remember to wash your hands.
Last weekend, Brampton Rotary stepped up again to make another big delivery of a truckload of necessaries to Regen Food Bank. The Rotary Club of Brampton has been in and out of the food bank with donations and securing donations from some of their corporate friends with big hearts. Rotary brought another couple of skid loads of immediate needs like fresh potatoes to Regen. The delivery of fresh produce to the Regen Food Bank continues this week as well. Councillor Doug Willans, in command of the city's backyard garden program, delivered another few loads of produce to Regen this week. Here's City Councillor Doug Willans urging you to keep an eye peeled for the garden program on social media.
Over the next couple months, we'll be sharing more gardening tips on social media, so stay tuned. We also want to see the garden photos, so please send them in and tag us at City Brampton. We love to see them all. We'll encourage those that can to support some of their homegrown produce to those in need or to some of the following food banks: Regeneration Outreach, Knight's Table, United Sikhs, and 𝗕𝗁𝗄 Aid. If you're not able to drop the produce off, please call us. We will arrange someone to pick it up. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gardening.
City Councillor Jeff Bowman used his social media channels to shed light on the fact that local real estate agent 𝗕𝗁cie 𝗫𝗃 and her ICACI nonprofit, who delivered 200 cases of coconut water to the Regen Food Bank. Deliveries also made this week by generous people to Knight's Table, which provides hot meals to the homeless. Here's how you can help.
Food is life. For some in Brampton, food may be scarce during this crisis. Regeneration Brampton and Knight's Table are on the front lines of helping the vulnerable. Donations of food or money help them help those who need it the most. This is a challenge for everyone. Imagine if you also had to find food. Visit regenbrampton.com or knightstable.org to see how you can help.
Through longtime Brampton booster and advocate John Sanderson, who was also very connected in the active lacrosse circles in Brampton, comes this. Breaking news! The world's oldest lacrosse player, 𝗕𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗃 turned 102 on Saturday, June 13, 2020. Born in 1918, while World War I still raged on, George played goal in both lacrosse and hockey from 1926 until 1947, when he switched over to refereeing. His involvement in lacrosse has never waned, and he continues to support our game, say the lacrosse people. Friends arranged a drive-by on Saturday for 𝗵𝗺𝗺's 102nd birthday. 𝗕𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺 is in the Brampton Sports Hall of Fame, the Ontario Lacrosse Hall of Fame, and the Canadian Lacrosse Hall of Fame. He's also a well-known veteran of World War II. The Brampton Board of Trade at 𝗕𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺 have a range of events, including an address by the Peel Regional Police Chief on June 18th, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., happening on their website. Check them out at bramptonbot.com. It's National Indigenous Peoples Day, June 21st, starting 11 a.m. online at brampton.ca. A range of events, including a presentation from Indigenous scholar Jessie Thistle, who's also the author of the current bestseller, From the Ashes, and has been on the book charts now for months. If you know Jessie's story, literally, from the streets in Brampton, from the ashes, the best-selling author, an internationally recognized scholar. He's a true inspiration to everyone. There'll also be music from Twin Flames. The event is organized in partnership with the Indigenous Network. National Indigenous Peoples Day, June 21st, is celebrated at brampton.ca from 11 a.m. on that Sunday. Canada's multi-platinum metal queen and Brampton Arts Walk of Fame inductee Lee Aaron is coming to This is Brampton, live online. That's Thursday, June 18th at 7:30 p.m. with The Rose. Find that at #TheRoseAtHome. #TheRoseAtHome. Saturday night, CTV has Racism in Canada on air at 8 p.m., then streaming on all of their platforms. On Wednesday at 4:30, the Peel March for Justice happens, starting at the courthouse in Brampton, ending at the Peel District School Board. Organizers urge those attending to observe all COVID protocols, including physical distancing. This is Audiobook Month, a month to curl up with a good audiobook in your favorite set of headphones or earbuds. And I'm proud to say that I narrated my first audiobook just before Christmas this past year for ECW Press. Robert J. Wiersma's The World More Full of Weeping, the story of a boy who goes missing in the forest behind his dad's house and the adventures that ensue. Check it out at your favorite audiobook retailer. Brampton Music Theatre has been responsible for over 50 years of music theatre in Brampton, doing all the classics that everyone loves, like their anticipated Joseph and Aladdin shows scheduled for this fall, fingers crossed. Recently, they had to vacate their warehouse and rehearsal space because cash flow had ceased from all their sources. The City of Brampton has warehoused their props, costumes, and other things for the time being. BMT started a fundraising contest called Catch the Ace. It's at bmtcatchtheace.ca. Details about the game on the website. BMT also continues online training programs on their website at bramptonmusictheatre.com. MP Sonia Sidhu announced last weekend Air India flights are now available to be booked to bring Canadians stuck in India back home. Go to airindia.com to book flights. And that's it for this week. Please subscribe to the Brampton Now Update channel on YouTube or follow #MarshallMinute on any platform for lots of Brampton need to know that you won't find anywhere else. Your comments and suggestions always welcome, and if you've got a Brampton story to tell, get in touch with me through the channel you're watching on now. Stay strong, Brampton. Brampton strong. We're all in this together. I'm Bruce Marshall. Thanks for watching Brampton Now Update.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.